Hey everyone, your boy has had a day, a day and a half. So today the goal was to be more of a scouting trip. So I went to a spot that I've been checking out on the maps. Apparently my maps are outdated. So I got to the end of the public area and there should have been another public area leading to a big island. Now there's a private property sign. So that map is clearly wrong now. So I left there. I forgot that it's Saturday in November, so everyone's out hunting. So I can't go to any of my other spots that aren't super far away. So I found a river, well, a creek, to hike up and finally made it to some gravel, but it has been a day and a half. It was supposed to be just this mellow little river walk on this nice day. It's so beautiful out. It's probably why everyone's out hunting, but it's been a journey. Anyway though, we're finally at gravel. And I cannot stress, I've been out for like 3 hours at this point. It took 3 hours to get to this point, but I'm excited. Hopefully we can find something worth, to make it worth all the time we spent. So as I said, this is a spot I've never been to before. And given how hard it was to get here, I can't imagine many people come here. So this should be some fairly untouched gravel, but you never know. There's a lot of people that are as crazy as I am on the Yellowstone, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's been hunted before. Well, it took way longer than it should have, but there finally is the first find of the day. Oh, and that is super silicified wood. Heck yes. All right, finally we are on the board. That took so much longer than I expected it to. We may have to cut this. That looks like it's going to be a real nice jasp agate. Here I was thinking that I'd found like a new honey hole potentially because of how hard it was to get to that island. You know, I was wondering why I wasn't seeing more rocks. There wasn't really anything. We got like 2 jaspers and a piece of petrified wood. And it all made sense when I got around the corner and found all the tire tracks. You know, and the trucks parked with their boat trailers. I just took a very complicated route to get to a boat ramp that was not on the map. So, Plan C has failed epically, and I am like running out of time. That was another hour and a half wasted. Ah! Okay, so we're heading up to Plan E, and I already just saw like 6 cars turning down the road I'm going down. So that is not a good sign. That's why I do not go out on weekends. I think my biggest takeaway of the day so far has been next year's the year Theo gets a boat. All right, 2 problems. There's people here and they're hunting, and I don't have any bright colored vest to put on. So instead of disturbing them, we move on to Plan F. This is not how I expected today to go. Oh my gosh. Again, this is why I never go out on weekends, especially this time of year. So I guess we'll try again on Thursday. But for now, I have a Plan F. We just won't have much time. So I guess let's start driving. All right, we are officially at Plan F. And if this fails, as you can see, the sun's setting. There's no Plan G. Hopefully we can find something that made this goose chase worth it. All right, 2 things. 1, that. Well, at least we finally found an agate today. I did not expect it to take as long as it did, but there you go. And then what are you? Not what I thought it was. Well, anyway. There's our one little agate for the day, finally. There's no way, right? I don't think it is. But what the heck? Oh my god, it is. Wait a second. Is it or is it not? I honestly can't tell yet. One sec. This is weird. I gotta inspect this. I genuinely can't tell. It might be. What the heck? I think that is. What in the world? Well, okay. Considering we found like nothing today, I'm gonna bring this back to the shop so we can investigate it at the very least, but that might be an agate. And if it is, that's a huge agate. All right, well, we've got a little bit of light left. Let's keep going. Oh my gosh. There's a good one. Oh yeah, look at that big old druzy pocket. Okay, I can be happy with that one. Honestly, still don't know what to make of the other one. If I found it somewhere else, I'd be more skeptic of it, but I found some A, huge agates here before, and B, weird agates here before, so we're gonna cut it and figure out what's going on in there, because it looks very promising. I don't know. I won't say for sure that it is or isn't, but it looks promising. It has the right fixins. That looks like a good chunk of wood. Oh yeah. Some really good grain in there. Sweet. Man, we should have just come here to begin with. Well, that is the risk of scouting. Sometimes you find a new favorite spot, sometimes you just don't. It's that simple. I think the difference with today is that, you know, usually you go scout, check out the spot. If it's bad, you know, call it a day. Or go to a spot you know is good. Yeah, I've never experienced what I experienced today, where it was like back to back to back to back. Everything I tried was just a failure. Now I'm tired. I've walked so much today, like actually ridiculous. All right, you guys, I found a little pocket of sunlight and I'm starting to get really excited. That looks real good. Yeah, that's definitely an agate. What? Are you kidding me? Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Or not, I don't know, I have no idea. I don't even know how to go about cutting this one. It's such a weird shape. All right, I'm excited. That right there, I think is gonna make all of the journeys we've been going through today worth it. You're kidding. So I just wanted to take a picture of that big one and get a look at it in the light. So I set my spray bottle down. Right next to an agate. That's actually hilarious. Okay, I am feeling more happy about the day. We should have just come here to begin with. I'm on speakerphone with Alexis. But check this out, you guys.
What?
That looks like a beautiful jasper. Oh, it is. Oh my gosh, that's super nice. Say hi to everyone, Alexis.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to look at puppies.
Because we need another one.
No, but they're so cute.
I know. All right, guys. Well, my GoPro has this habit where it makes things way brighter than it actually is. But we are losing our light fast. I have, again, like another 2 miles to hike. So I'm going to power through this little patch right here. And then we gotta get going back. But I am so happy. I am so very happy that this wasn't all for nothing. That was quite the goose chase, but I am so excited to cut into that big one and see what's in there, because it might be really nice. I honestly have no idea. And right as I put the camera away, I see two things I want to investigate, which is this right here, which is absolutely an agate. Oh yeah. Nice chunk. And where did it go? This over here, which is not an agate, but I still wanted to look. All right. Ooh, what are you? Is it a jasper? It is a jasper. Are you good? Not really. Got another agate. All right, I'm gonna have to just turn around, which sucks because there's like, we're only like a tiny little way into this bank, but that's okay. It gives us another spot to come back to. I think we call it for now. I am happy we ended up getting something at least. So, all right, guys, I'll see you all back at the shop. All right, we are back from our journey, and we're gonna cut some rocks. So let's look at aforementioned rocks. All right, these are the ones I am looking at cutting. We've got these two agates right here, this one right here, which looks like it's gonna be pretty good, and this one right here, which looks very good, depending on if we can get it to load up the way I want it to. This jasper, which I think is going to be really nice. I really wanna just face it because it's really cool. And after much investigating, I do believe this is actually an agate, and I don't know what to do with that information. So on some faces it's like, yeah, I don't know, and then you roll it around and you start seeing, where is it? There it is. All of this banding and quartz, like a ton of banding actually. It goes all the way up into this pocket right here. Ton of dendrites on this side. Another nice fortification pocket down here. So my verdict is I don't know what to expect from this rock, which is exactly why I want to cut it. Because when you don't know, sometimes cutting it is the only way to figure it out. And given I've studied this rock quite a bit, I want to try to cut it like right here. I just don't know if it's actually going to behave or not. It's a pretty freaking big rock. It's like 10 pounds, so I don't know if it's going to clamp the way I want it to. We might have to cut it down to make it smaller so that it will fit in the clamp, but yeah, I don't know. It could be a dud. It might not be good at all, but we won't know until we cut it. So I am willing to investigate. All that being said though, I think we're gonna start with this agate right here, if it will clamp the way I want it to. So I'll be right back. Well, never mind. It will not clamp no matter how I try the way I want it to. So I'm gonna just wait and do it by hand at a later date when I have my trim saw up and running. So on that note, I guess we're doing this one next. I don't know how I want to cut this, so I'm gonna stare at it for a minute. Alrighty, first agate is done, and it is prettier than I was expecting. Wasn't sure what we were gonna wind up with, but there's actually some really nice fine banding in there. Kind of hard to see on the surface, but man, you get a light behind it, there is some really good bands in there. It's actually really, really pretty. That is awesome. I may polish this also because, yeah, these tend to look real nice with that ghosty banding when you polish them. They pop like crazy. Okay, next we're gonna do this here Jasper. And I think the goal is I just wanna face it because it's really freaking cool. Problem is it's super slanted right here, which means I can't cut here. I have to cut all the way back to here. Unless because it's probably gonna not clamp easily if I try angling it. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna try to get this heel, and because yeah, I want to polish the rest of this rock. It's really nice. Bunch of chalcedony bands, weird body and color too. So yeah, it's a bizarre one. It deserves getting polished, I think. Alrighty, that Jasper is done, and it is really different. It's really interesting. It's got these weird color streaks, but then it's like a blue purple up here. I don't know, it's just weird. Really interesting texture over here too. It's almost like fortifications, like lacy kind of. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I think I want to polish this one because it's really interesting. I had to go pretty deep, unfortunately, just so that I'd miss this big slant, but yeah, I'll definitely be breaking this down further for cabs or something. I don't know yet, but that is awesome. I can be happy with that. Which leaves this one. I don't know if this is gonna clamp, honestly. I'm gonna try my best. It's pretty freaking massive. I don't think I've ever cut a rock this size on that saw before. We will figure it out. I think I want to try to do this face because it's got some really nice banding surrounding this pocket right here, this quartz pocket. That quartz pocket bleeds into this pocket back here. That is the same pocket. And yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing moss, but not really banding on this side. And there's more banding down here and down here, which makes me think that this seems like the right plane of attack. I just don't think it's gonna fit. So I might have to come in and cut the sides off because it's a really, not only is it really big, it's really weirdly shaped. So I don't know. Wish me luck, we'll see what we get. Alrighty, it's done, and we have a classic case of good news, bad news, good news. Bad news, it's actually not, it's hard to explain. It's like halfway between a milk agate and a Montana agate. Like it has some bands, not really, but it does have a good amount of moss, so that's the bad news. Good news is it is easily the prettiest milk agate I've ever seen on the Yellowstone. It is actually really nice. So even though it is not what I was hoping for, it is definitely still a win, and there was a surprise inside. So I had to cut off a little heel just so that it would actually fit in the clamp. I saw that and I'm like, oh, okay, so we're not dealing with a full-blown Montana agate, but it does actually have some nice bands in here. There's a ton of dendrites, so it's still very much usable for cabbing. That was the side I didn't really have any hopes for anyway. And we got into this, and there is some real good dendrites on this actual face that we started cutting into. When it comes to Montana agates, it's not great, but it is still definitely going to be usable. It's actually a good amount of banding right along this quartz edge, but it's not really showing super well. There's parts that are trying to become a Montana agate, but for the most part it's just a milk agate. And then we got into the big slab, and that's when things start getting much more exciting. A ton of dendrites. There actually is more clear banding in this one, but we made quite the discovery. It was hiding in Amethyst pocket. Are you serious? Are you freaking kidding? Really nice dendrites down here, but that, I was not expecting that. That is really exciting. And here is the rest of the rock, which I am quite thrilled with, actually. It stands up on its own. There's some really good color in there. This little quartz pocket actually has some really nice lacy banding all the way up. In here, we've got all this in here, which is beautiful dendrites. They're actually getting into some red right there. But this right here is obviously the exciting part. Believe it or not, that is my first amethyst agate on the Yellowstone. So, yeah, I can be real happy about that. That is freaking awesome. Are you kidding me? And with a polish, that is going to darken up like crazy. I'm honestly wondering if I should do another slab deeper in, because this quartz pocket continues all the way around to this big quartz pocket. So if we go one more slab in, like right here, we might be able to open this up a little bigger. But I'm so happy, you guys. Even though that is not what I was hoping for, it's almost, I don't know, it's hard to explain. When I first saw that it wasn't really a good Montana agate, I was expecting a dud, but when I saw that pocket in there, that's real exciting. That is freaking awesome. So that is officially my first amethyst agate on the Yellowstone. Isn't that not insane? With all the agates we found, that is the first one with an amethyst pocket. This was worth all the trouble. Like, we were out literally all day and still only got to hunt for like 30, 45 minutes. This made all the struggle worth it. That is going to be absolutely stunning once it's polished. Oh, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And that is a real nice big display. Like, we didn't really cut a whole lot of it off, so that is going to stand up beautifully. I'm absolutely polishing that. Other than that, we didn't really find a whole lot of other stuff, so here were some of my other favorites. This is that was the first find of the day. Really nice silicified chunk of wood. That is going to be really nice. Just didn't feel like cutting it today. Also got this jasper, which I think is going to be really nice. There's some really, really good color mixed in with all that white chalcedony. I don't know. I think it's going to be a good one. See, there's a ton of color variation in there. So I'll definitely slab this at some point. I don't know when, but at some point it will get cut. I think it'll be good. And as far as agates, other than the one I showed that I was unable to cut, we also got this one, which is just such a nice dark agate. I love seeing that, because that usually leads to some goodness. Like, hardly lets light through it, so that's gonna be real nice. Yeah, it's dark up here. Look at that. Shines through over here, but you come over here and it's like just barely glowing. So yeah, definitely we'll cut this once the trim saw is running. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Well, that was a wild goose chase of a day, and I did not expect it to take as long as it did to get to some gravel, but I'm happy we did finally manage a spot to hunt. See, that's the double-edged sword that is scouting. Sometimes you find your new honey hole, sometimes you just waste your time immensely. And I think that might be the most extreme case of me wasting my time on a hunt, considering I took the most roundabout way to a freaking boat ramp that oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna be remembering that one for a while. I have since been doing a ton of research, and all I will say is 2025 is gonna be a good year for hunting, because we're making some changes. The time has come. I'm done with that whole goose chase. That was an eye-opener experience for me. Let me know which one is your favorite. Honest, genuinely this one. Like, I know it's not your typical Montana agate, but the fact that it has a freaking amethyst pocket, it's just so exciting. That is gonna be absolutely gorgeous once it's polished. And it stands up so nice. Yeah, this right here made all the toil worth it. This was our payoff, and it's gonna look very happy sitting on my shelf as my first amethyst agate. So awesome. But yeah guys, that's gonna do it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time.